It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
A give for Walker running right. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing on third down, Smith. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Green jack. Slide 2.
Throwing his Lance on third down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here we go. Black ultra. Cluster, 6.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Yeah, he's got it.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say, the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
On second and goal, Lance to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a third and goal situation, and it's intercepted at the goal line. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Their tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You get in the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect. But, boy, that was force against force.
On second down, it's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line. But this is just going to make things worse.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From the end zone, Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
On the set.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they take it over, we step aside. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Now it's Lance. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And they'll go for it. Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. We're scoreless after one.
Ready.
From the 44, Lance. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
On play action, Lance. They'll roll him out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the 1st down.
He and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on the keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And some room to work. 65 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Has a nice job doing defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Now they send a man in motion right. Lance now on 3rd and goal. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey from 4 yards out. And the 49ers are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now the rookie's free. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now on 2nd and 13. Smith forced out to his left.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
At their own 46.
Here's Lance to throw it. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lance now to throw. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 9. Lance caught on the slant. Touchdown 49ers. Dallas Goedert, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Niners have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Gould able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Julian Okwara there to bring him down.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Devontae Parker, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Niners continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. But he will not be able to bring this one back, in the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more blocks.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 2nd and 2, Smith. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to get it back here just past the 35. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Off of play action, here's Lance. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Smith now to throw. He's got a man, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Smith.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Seahawks get a bit closer.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
92 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lance looking to throw it.
Being chased out left. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Lance. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now Lance gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the ball 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now a play fake. Lance
gets this one to Juszczyk. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
4th down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now Gino on 1st down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Smith throwing again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They faked the handoff. Now Lance
rolling to his right. And that is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
The Lance going to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
On 4th down, Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing now is Lance. Targets Parker, and he's got him on the crossing route. 2nd down and 3. To throw, it's Lance.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the 49ers are moving closer to a date now, the NFC Championship game, as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st down, it's Smith. He's got a man, complete. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker, an even 90 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Gino's going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Anthony Schwartz going to bring it out.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close. They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. Here we go with McCaffrey. Oh, look at the juke. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Lance now on 1st down.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. On play action, Lance. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
He's going to go up top again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And
his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the 49ers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
They have all but booked their ticket to the NFC Championship game next weekend, and they'll look to finish things off here now in this 4th quarter. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.